Hello students, welcome to the SRBPS virtual classroom program. I am your biology educator Prerna Rathi. So students, let us now start today's class. Today we will be starting chapter 4, that is reproductive health. This is the last chapter in this unit. In this chapter, we will be learning about the various concepts of reproductive health, contraception, methods of birth control, medical termination of pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, the concept of infertility and the cure of infertility. In this particular lecture, we will be taking up the first 4 topics, that is reproductive health, contraception, methods of birth control and medical termination of pregnancy, that is MTP. What do you mean by reproductive health? Reproductive health is the state of physical, emotional, behavioral and social fitness which leads to a healthy reproductive life. According to WHO, a total well-being in all aspects of reproduction is known as reproductive health. To achieve this, the Indian government has established the family planning program in the year 1951. Reproductive health and problems strategies. What are the problems and strategies involved with reproductive health in our country? The Indian culture discussing about knowledge of sex and reproductive health is a wrong thing. So because of that, because of the apprehension, people create wrongful facts and those myths, they are established in a generation which lead to lots of problem. Early marriage as soon as girls attain puberty is a big problem. Teenage girl is not fit to bear a fetus. After marriage, the career of the woman is blocked. Then the maternal and the infant mortality rate are very high due to the early marriage. There is a very little knowledge about the personal hygiene to avoid sexually transmitted diseases, because this is something that is not talked about openly in our culture. There may be population explosion with a lack of reproductive health. If proper knowledge, proper awareness and proper services are not provided, then all of this will add up to population explosion as well, which is again a very big problem. So what has to be done? Various family planning measures should be taken. The program Reproductive and Child Health Care RCH program that was started in the year 1997 must be put forward by all the NGOs and GOs, government organizations and non-government organizations. Sex education must be encouraged at the school level with the help of audio visual aids, print media, everything. Lots of awareness must be spread in the common people about all this. Proper information about the reproductive organs, about the adolescence, related changes in life, safe and hygienic sexual practices and STDs must be provided to all. Educating people about the use of birth control options, care for the pregnant mothers, postnatal care of the mother and the child, the importance of breastfeeding, equal opportunities for the male and female child, then awareness of problems related to uncontrolled population growth, how the demand and supply will go haphazard because of that, the concept of sex abuse and sex related crimes. Also, very important thing, a statutory ban on amniocentesis, that is a fetal sex determination technique, must be there in the entire world. Fine. So we've already discussed these. Population explosion and birth control. The increase in the size and growth of human population is known as population explosion. What are the reasons? Decline in death rate. As the health facilities are getting better with time, the death rate is decreasing. People now have a longer lifespan. Maternal mortality rate has decreased. Infant mortality rate has decreased. Some religious belief against birth control is there. People do not practice birth control because it is against their religion. Then lack of proper knowledge about the reproductive health can also cause population explosion. Let us discuss a very important topic, birth control, or also called contraception. Family welfare and family planning programs come forward to avoid uncontrolled population explosion. The contraception is the main aim of birth control. Contraception means to stop or avoid or prevent conception. Conception is pregnancy. Prevention of conception or fertilization of the ovum during sexual intercourse is called contraception. This is a very important definition. The different types of contraceptive methods are the natural method, the barrier method, IUDs or the intrauterine devices, oral contraception methods, injections and implantations, and surgical techniques. Let us now discuss all of them one by one. Let's start with the natural methods. It works on the principle of avoiding the chances of ovum and sperm meeting. What will help you in this? You've already studied the entire menstrual cycle, which lasts for about 28 to 29 days. You know when the follicles are completely developed, when the ovulation takes place. So accordingly, if the sexual intercourse is planned, then the chances of fertilization are reduced. The phenomena is called periodic abstinence. It is a method in which a couple avoids or abstains coitus, that is sexual intercourse, from day 10 to day 17 of the menstrual cycle. Now if you remember, this is the same period where ovulation is likely to occur. The other method is withdrawal or coitus interruption method. In this method, the male partner withdraws the penis from the vagina just before the ejaculation. So in this case, if there is no insemination, the fertilization will never occur. The next phenomena of natural methods is lactational amenorrhea. Lactational amenorrhea is basically the period of extreme lactation during which the just right after the parturition, during which ovulation does not occur. It is caused due to intense lactation for about 6 months after parturition. No menstrual cycle occurs during this time, so chances of fertilization are absent. There will be no ovulation, so there will be no fertilization. Then next methods are the physical contraceptives or the barrier methods. These methods prevent the direct contact of the sperm and the ovum by a barrier. They create a barrier between them, so there is no physical contact. No physical contact means no fertilization. The various physical methods barrier methods are first condoms. Condoms are barriers made up of rubber latex sheath. This is the material that is used. The male condom is used to cover the penis. It is used just during the coitus so that the semen does not enter the female reproductive tract. Again, no insemination means no fertilization. Also, condoms are very important to prevent various sexually transmitted diseases like AIDS. The female condoms, on the other hand, are diaphragms, cervical caps, and vaults, which are made up of rubber latex. They are inserted in the female reproductive tract to cover the cervix, which will again provide a barrier between the sperm and ovum. So basically there will be no meeting of the sperm and the ovum, and hence there will be no fertilization. Next are your IUDs or the intrauterine devices. These are the devices which are inserted into a female by a doctor or by an expert nurse. They are inserted inside the vagina through the through the vagina into the uterus. Different types of IUDs that are available in the market are first non-medicated. Non-medicated example Lippis loop. Then copper releasing IUDs, which are very common and very important. Copper T, copper 7, multi-load 375. Copper ions are released by these copper releasing IUDs, which leads to suppressed sperm motility and fertilizing capacity of the sperm. So basically it kind of inactivates the sperm. If the sperm gets inactivated, there are no chances of fertilization. Also, it increases the phagocytosis of sperms. There are phagocytic cells present in the uterus which will start eating up the sperms, and thus they will wind up all the semen that is present there, all the sperms will finish, and hence the chances of fertilization are gone. Next are hormone releasing IUDs. Example of hormone releasing IUDs are progesterone and LNG-20. They make the uterus hostile or unsuitable for implantation. The cervix also become hostile to sperm. So basically they create such an environment, as you can see how they are introduced. Copper releasing IUD, it is in a shape of T, so it is called copper T. So they basically they release such hormones, a combination of progestogen, basically progesterone and estrogen, in such a manner so as to make the uterus and the cervix hostile for the sperm, so that they die there itself and never are able to reach the fallopian tube for fertilization. Next are chemical contraceptives. Chemical contraceptives में पहली category is the oral contraceptives. The pills that are orally consumed by female are known as oral contraceptives. They are used in a form of tablet popularly called pills. It contains a combination, I told you, progestogens, which is a combination of progesterone estrogen combination. As you can see in a picture, it is almost for the same number of days that for which the menstrual cycle exists. Pills have to be taken daily for a period of 21 days, started within the first 5 days of menstruation. As soon as the menstrual cycle, basically the bleeding stops, these pills have to be consumed. Saheli is a non-steroidal preparation which has been prepared in India, and it is a very strong oral contraceptive pill. It is easily available in the market. It is provided free of cost by the government of India. Various injections and implants. Progestogen alone or in combination with estrogen is used as an injection or implants under the skin of the female. It is very effective for long period. As you can see, this under the arm, basically there is an implant, and this implant, one particular implant, can last for about 2 to 3 years. It will slowly release progestogen or progestogen estrogen combination into the bloodstream in order to prevent fertilization. Then apart from that, there are emergency contraceptives. These are the pills that are used within 72 hours of unprotected coitus. Administration of progestogen and progestogen estrogen combination, for example, I-pill is an emergency contraceptive. Then there are surgical methods. There are two types of surgical methods, vasectomy and tubectomy. It is called as sterilization method, advised to both male and female, after which the male or female will become infertile or sterile. It is a permanent method to prevent pregnancy. Sterilization in male is called vasectomy, where the vas deferens is cut and tied. Fine. Whereas in case of women, it is known as tubectomy, where the fallopian tube is cut and tied so that the ovum released from the ovary do not reach the uterus, and the sperm inseminated in the uterus does not reach the fallopian tube, as you can see very clearly in this diagram. The last is medical termination of pregnancy. Intentional or voluntary termination of pregnancy. Intentional and voluntary means apni marzi se. It is known as medical termination of pregnancy or induced abortion. That means a fetus will be removed from the mother's womb according to the wish of the mother. It has a significant role in decreasing population. There are legal restrictions only to reduce the female feticide. So people are not able to practice MTP wherever they want to. It is always safe to have an MTP in the first trimester or the first 12 weeks. Quick recapitulation, what we've learnt in today's class. We've learnt about reproductive health, about population explosion, birth control methods, and medical termination of pregnancy, or the phenomena of induced abortion. I hope you all understood what I taught. I suggest you all make complete use of the YouTube channel to enhance your learning. So until next time, goodbye, take care.